Hello everybody and welcome back to our channel. My name is Wendy and today we are going to be canning our potatoes. So we tried something a little different this year. We can't keep potatoes long-term storage wise in our cold room because it's too humid and they always sprout within like a month and a half. So we tried putting them in our wheelbarrow. We covered them with a material that is for moving, so it's a thicker blanket, and it has kept them pretty well so far. So I'm going to show you what we have left, and we're going to can them, and whatever is left, we're either going to make a shepherd's pie for supper, and let me just show you. So here is our wheelbarrow, and then underneath we have all of our glorious potatoes. It's quite a few, and those are Kennebecks and Pontiac Reds that are in there. So we will can those up. And I will be taking some of these potatoes and keeping them and having them sprout and making my own seed potatoes for next year. I have pulled out a big bowl of the Kennebec. I'm trying to keep it to one variety to can because some have more starch in them than others, and it can make your water cloudy if you don't let them soak long enough. So what I need to do is clean these and wash them thoroughly, and if any potatoes have any green on them, they need to be set to the side and not used. After you peel your potatoes, you want to cut them into cubes. And then get yourself a bowl, a very large bowl, preferably stainless steel if you have it, and fill that with cold water. And then you're going to place your potatoes in that water to soak. This will prevent your potatoes from browning, and it will help take out a lot of the starch to give you a clearer jar whenever it comes time to canning. Once your potatoes have soaked in the water, you're done cutting them up, and you can see that the starch is coming out. I like to put this in a strainer, rinse it off really well, and then soak it again. It's not necessary, but it does give you a clearer end product that the starch isn't going to come out in your jar as you pressure cook it. So that's what we're going to do. So into the strainer we go. And see all of the starchy residue in the bottom of my pan. We're going to rinse this out and get a fresh bowl of cold water. This is our second soak, and we're just going to keep this in here until we get a stock pot of water at a rolling boil. We have water in our stock pot. It is not boiling. I mean, it's starting to, but it's not at a rapid boil yet. And whenever you can potatoes, it does need to be pressure canned. So make sure that you have your pressure canner ready. You've got the appropriate amount of water in here according to the directions of the canner that you are using. Now, you want hot jars because everything is going to be hot. Your potatoes are going to come straight out of this into your jars. So for us, I do not have a dishwasher, so my jars go into the oven and I pull them out right whenever I'm ready to can. Strain your potatoes a second time once your pot has reached a rolling boil. And then you're going to take these directly to your stock pot and dump them in the boiling water. And we are going to boil these for only 2 to 3 minutes. Our potatoes have gone into the boiling water, and since they were in a really cold ice water, it has reduced the boil down. So we're going to bring this back up to a boil and boil them for 2 minutes. And at this time, you also want to have a pot of fresh water that you can ladle into your jars, because we're not using the potato water in here for our jars. I like to use my electric tea kettle for this, and then I can just keep on heating up water as I need it and go from there. But bring this to a boil and boil it for 2 minutes. All I'm doing, I'm keeping my potatoes hot in the pot here. I'm going to use a metal funnel, and into each jar, if you wish, it's not required, you can put up to a teaspoon of salt into each quart, or if you're using pints, it's a half a teaspoon. So I use a slotted spoon, and then I come in and then just fill my jars up, and you're looking for a generous 1 inch of headspace. Now the reason I keep my potatoes in the hot water is if I have any extras that are left over into my pot when I'm done, I'm just going to make mashed potatoes out of those, and then I don't have to boil more water. So take your hot water that is fresh. So I'm using my electric tea kettle and just pouring this fresh boiling hot water over top of my potatoes to the 1 inch spot. Take your tool that you use to get the air pockets out, go around your jars on the inside and get all of those air bubbles out. Now my water level did not sink, so we're okay on that. Take a wet paper towel or rag, whatever you're using, go around the top to get any debris or food off of it. Brand new lid. Ooh, and they are hot. Holy cow. Hot, hot, hot. And you just want this fingertip tight, and that's it. And then these go into the pressure canner. And I should get 7 jars out of this. We have a full canner load, and you will see I have 6 quart jars and 1 pint. It's okay to do that, but you need to process them at your biggest jar that you have in here. So we need to process this for 40 minutes for quarts. And if you're doing all pints, it's going to be 35 minutes. And we're going to do this at 10 pounds of pressure if you are 1,000 feet in elevation or below. For myself, I have the weighted rockers for my canner. So I'm going to be using 15 pounds of pressure. Alrighty guys, and here you have what 7 jars of potatoes looks like. And they are still bubbling. I just pulled them out of the pressure canner. But you can see how clear the water is just from soaking it thoroughly before canning it. And it'll stay like this until you go to use it. So thank you so much for watching, and you can can potatoes using your own homegrown or store-bought as well. So thanks for watching, and have a great day.